Do you know how to tell real Moldavite from fake Moldavite? Today, I'm going to give you 8 tips on how to spot a fake when you're looking at Moldavite. Ever since Moldavite gained in popularity several years ago, there have been a lot of fakes coming out of especially China, India, Thailand, and Hong Kong. So I want to really make sure that you know how to identify what is a real Moldavite versus a fake. So here are the tips. Number 1, check the origin. Moldavite only originates from the Czech Republic and sometimes around the areas of Germany and Austria too. Number 2, check the color. Real Moldavite is a very soft shade of moss, olive, or forest green with a slightly matte finish. It is not shiny like a green beer bottle.
For example, here is a fake Moldavite where you can see that shiny glass-like appearance versus this real piece that is in matte and much lighter color.
Number 3, check the price. Anything for a super low price, especially for larger pieces, is highly suspect. The price of Moldavite has really been going up in recent years, so you can expect to pay anywhere from $20 for a really tiny piece up to hundreds of dollars for a larger piece.
For example, this very large, fake-looking piece set in a pendant for only $18.
Number 4, recognize real Moldavite. It has a unique pattern with pittings and wrinkles over the surface, and that's characteristic of tektites. Moldavite is usually found in smaller pieces. Anything giant, like over 50 grams, it's probably going to be fake. Compared with fake Moldavite, which is glass basically made and cast from a mold, real Moldavite is very, very unique. Every piece is different. When fake Moldavite is made, it creates identical looking pieces because they are made with a mold. So they're gonna have identical looking little lines and wrinkles. Number 5, know your seller. Only buy from reputable dealers from the Czech Republic that are licensed to mine and ethically source Moldavite from the area. They will also provide certificates of authenticity. And so you want to steer clear of Moldavite that's sold from unknown dealers on eBay, Etsy, Alibaba, or any unknown retailers from China, Hong Kong, India, etc. Here at Bliss Crystals, over the last 15 to 20 years, we've only been purchasing Moldavite from a reputable dealer from the Czech Republic. So we know guaranteed that all of our pieces are authentic and real. And number 6, compare a real piece of Moldavite with a fake, and you will definitely see the difference. Look for shiny versus matte. You look for the color, light color versus bright color, and look for tiny itty bitty air bubbles or inclusions in the natural stone, which you will normally see if you look really, really close, or you can use a loupe to magnify it. And the more and more you look at the fakes and the naturals together, you will for sure be trained and see the difference between a real and a fake. Number 7, compare multiple pieces in a batch. So if you're looking at a retailer, see if they have lots of different pieces of Moldavite. Then look at those photos all together and see if you can see any consistencies in the patterning of that Moldavite. And finally, number 8, Moldavite beads. Moldavite beads are pretty darn rare. They don't really make them very often because they create a lot of waste when they are produced. Sometimes you will get a small Moldavite bead. It will not be nearly as big as this one though. This one is definitely a fake. If you find a bracelet or a necklace claiming to be 100% Moldavite beads.
For example, this fake Moldavite bracelet with huge beads all the way around for only $45.
Guarantee you that is going to be fake. Occasionally they will also facet Moldavite into a gemstone and they will mount that into a ring that is legit and it is actually real Moldavite. If you look at it with a loupe, like a little magnifier, you can definitely see that there's itty bitty little air bubbles in there, little tiny inclusions. That is evidence of the real stone. Here is a gemstone Moldavite that has been cut and polished. You can clearly see this does have a couple little inclusions in it. This does have a couple little air bubbles, and that's what you want to look for with real Moldavite when it's been faceted. Or those are the little signs that you can see that it is a genuine piece, set in rings or other nice fine jewelry, and you'll always see it with sterling silver or 14 karat gold. So again, it's pretty common to find Moldavite in jewelry, but again, if it is a faceted or a bead, look really, really closely, maybe even use a magnifier and make sure that you can see some little air bubbles or some little inclusions, or just make sure that you're purchasing that piece of jewelry from a reputable retailer that's from the Czech Republic or has a long history of doing business. Now I'm going to show you some examples close up of some real right here versus the fake Moldavite, which are here on the right side. So here in my left hand is a piece of genuine Moldavite. This is a Besednice raw piece from the Czech Republic. This one right here is a fake. It's just big and thick. Normally they don't come so thick. You see how thin the one on the left is. This is a really thick piece. The pittings are really too regular over here as well. I'm gonna put some light through this too so you can see. So again, here's the real one. It's a nice light green color, and the wrinkles and the pittings are very irregular and just kind of very unique all over the stone. And then here is the fake with a little bit of light through it. You can see just the color's a little bit dark. The pittings are a little bit too regular looking. See, this is a fake Moldavite bead. The color is much too bright. Moldavite beads are very, very rare. You can find them, but normally when we have found them, they've been completely polished and smooth all the way around instead of this kind of fake looking, texturized surface. This right here is a fake Moldavite pendant. It's got a slightly polished surface, which you will just not see that. It will either be cut and faceted or it will be left raw. You will not see this like in between kind of like slightly smooth surface. This one is a real Moldavite pendant. You can see here it does have its raw surface still intact, and it has the wrinkles and the pittings. So that is a real, it's set in solid sterling silver all the way around, which you'll normally see with Moldavite jewelry because it will be a little bit more expensive. And this pendant is a fake. This one is set with, this is a pretty cheap finding. You're not gonna see that usually with Moldavite. You're gonna see Moldavite jewelry made into nice pieces with sterling silver all the way around. So I hope that this helps you in your search for real Moldavite and being able to spot the fakes.